Back with closing trades right here in ET now. Not looking bad at an index level, 17,757. You've got SBI powering ahead, sort of providing a bit of a cushion to the index, if you will. IT continues to be a drag. HDFC Bank continues to be a drag. Haven't seen any meaningful recovery in that pocket just yet. But let's bring on what Manoj Murlidharan and talk about where he sees trading opportunity. Manoj, hi, afternoon. Your call on the index and any individual stocks that you think is trade worthy right now?
Good afternoon. I believe that this series of April has been more of a short covering. If you remember, at least this is the last 7 to 8 odd sessions where both the Nifty and Bank Nifty, majorly the Nifty, has seen short positioning. The FI desk, at least they were short roll positionings of almost 85 to 80%. Now that has come down to about 60-61%. So 48 to 60 is an average that we are seeing for the FI desk. So we believe that excessive shorting or that short which were there in the last 90 odd days, three expiries, has trimmed down, and now we are almost at a formidable level. Now, looking at the index, Nifty also we believe now it's a time we might get into a consolidation. So 150 points on either side, we believe that 17,900 and 17,500. This is where the trade might. Though the VIX is down, it's almost at 12.5%, but still selling a 17,650 call and put option. I guess the combination gives around 170 rupees. That is a good trade that can be done. But stock specific, because I was mentioning the banking stocks and Bank Nifty, there is a correlation which goes into the quantitative analysis. At 2.31 is where we started this series of April, and almost we are at 2.38. That is, you simply divide the Bank Nifty by Nifty, so the ratio is 2.38. Now we believe that some index management might come in between the Bank Nifty, because we have a lot between the private sector banks and the PSU. So that is exactly the reason why we are seeing good traction and buying in SBI, and we are positive on SBI as well. We believe that the stock has a potential of almost 570 to 575. A better route is you can buy a 540 call option. I guess you get it for 10 rupees with a stop loss of 4. That can give you a very good handsome target of almost 20 to 21 rupees. Now, talking about Reliance that you mentioned, that we believe, yes, in today's trade, even though after Infosys results and after the gap down opening, which was almost the same what the ADR showed, we believe there is buying happening, but we still prefer Reliance, and we are expecting about 68 to 70 points more upside on Reliance. So at least somewhere close to 24.48 to 24.50 is where Reliance might trade in the next couple of days. So we believe SBI and Reliance becomes a buy call at this point of time. The index might be into a consolidation.
Hospitality segment, but Manoj, your take regarding any of these names from the hospital sector and even the public sector banking space today, that's quite excited. Any names that is catching your attention?
Yeah, so I was just mentioning that we all know that even in Bank Nifty, SBI has a good weightage, almost, if I'm not mistaken, closer to 26%. And we believe that this pair which goes on between the private sector and the PSU in the Bank Nifty, so this is the time there would be some more money coming into the PSU part of it. Though if you see the last 1,800 points in the Bank Nifty has been led more by the private sector bank. So as I mentioned, SBI has the potential of about 18 to 20 more rupees. So we're expecting at least a good target close to around with a 540 strike call option, at least a 20 as a target. So that comes to around 574 to 76. But then apart from this, I guess IT is a time, even though Infosys post results are 10% down, we have actually seen good volume weighted average price traction intraday also. So there is a possibility the stock might bounce all the way to 1322. So let's say 1240 to 1250 still becomes a buy. That's with a stop loss of 1210 and a target of 1320. And in today's trade, I guess cement as a sector, at least Grasim as a stock has seen renewed buying, and we're expecting that the stock has a potential of about 28-30 odd percent that comes to at least a short term 2 to 3%. So 1720 becomes a good buy progressive with a stop loss of 1710, and we expect a target close to 1756 to 1760 on the stock.
Right. Okay. Let's get in some BTST trades as well going. Right. Manoj, what about your BTST ideas?
I guess I'll still go with Reliance. I guess that is one stock has a good potential, and that is a favorite stock when you see an index management happening. I believe there is some money which would come out of the banking and the sector wise, and we would see some money flowing into Reliance. So Reliance becomes a buy. We prefer using a strike call option also, but then we have a good target of around 48 to 60 or with 2450 as a target. It becomes a buy as a BTSC as well.
Manoj, I'm not sure if you've taken your view on IP. Is there any stock there that becomes a buy after the correction? Risk reward is favorable on any of the names?
That was for me, you saying?
Yes, Manoj.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, even today, the Infosys, the weighted average price concept works really. After 10% correction, we have seen that 1244 to 46, that becomes the weighted average price of which the buying has come. So, as per derivative, you see a follow-up buying coming up every time you see the weighted average price goes right. So, we believe that in Infosys, there is a possibility of 1308 to 1320. So, at 1245 or 1250, the stock price, it still becomes a buy. The stop loss should be 1210 on the stock for the target of 1308.
Okay, let's begin winding up then for the day. Manoj as well as Kunj, we let you go on that note. Thanks as always for joining in. We're definitely closing in off from the day's